In this lab, we will cover mixing HTML and PHP. As before, we will go through the instructions in this video. In another video, we will review the solution. The steps are as follows. In your editor, locate the Suites Complete cart.php file. We are then going to insert PHP variables which will represent quantity and price. There will be 3 variables for quantity and 3 variables for price. We will use a very simple naming scheme. $QT1 is quantity 1, $QT2 is quantity 2, and so forth. We will then modify the 3 input tags which are associated with quantity, and we will insert a PHP tag to echo the quantity inside the value tag. We will then do something similar with the price. The price is represented inside TD tags. We will locate the TD tag, which follows the input field for quantity, and we will use a printf statement to represent the price. We will use a format code of %8.2f, which represents a field of 8 digits, 2 decimal places, floating point. We will do this 3 times, once for each of the price variables, $price1, $price2, and $price3. We will then use PHP to calculate the extension and the total. The extension will be represented in a printf statement, again using the same format string, where the extension represents the quantity times the price for that particular set. We will do this 3 times, once for quantity 1 and price 1, for quantity 2 and price 2, etc. The total will be quantity 1 times price 1 plus quantity 2 times price 2 plus quantity 3 times price 3. This can go at the beginning of the file. Later on in the file, towards the end, we will locate the TD tag, which represents the total, and again we will use a PHP tag with printf. Notice that this time we are going to use a format string of %10.2f to reflect the fact that the total will be of greater size than the individual prices. We will then test by changing the quantities and the values and viewing the results in the browser. We will then do the same thing for the name, the phone number, the fax number, and the email. These can be found towards the end of the file. Again, we will test by changing the values and seeing the result in the browser. One more activity then will be to tie the new cart.php to the index.php by locating the link and changing the link from cart.html to cart.php. This concludes the instructions on the lab mixing HTML and PHP.